Middle East? The reality is, America has been attacked under every single president since 1979. America was attacked under the Carter administration with the hostages in Iran when Ayatollah Khomeini came to power in 1979. We had a Democratic president. It was actually President Carter that helped Khomeini came to power. If we are dealing with what we're dealing with Iran right now, we have no one to thank but Jimmy Carter. Right. America was attacked under Jimmy Carter with the hostages in Iran in 1979. America was attacked again in 1983 with the bombings of the Marines in Lebanon. We had a Republican president, Ronald Reagan. America was attacked again under George Bush Sr. administration. America was attacked again under the Clinton administration, another Democrat. It was actually under President Clinton that the Taliban trained 10,000 Al-Qaeda members in Afghanistan. These people were not being trained for entertainment. They were trained to attack the United States of America. It was also under the leadership of when President Clinton was in power that the 1993 bombing of the World Trade Center happened. The only difference between the bombings of 1993 and 2001 is the buildings didn't come down. And then we were attacked again under George Bush Sr. administration, George Bush Jr. administration, with September 11th. And people thought, once we elect President Obama, all our sins are going to be forgiven. The Islamic world is going to love us. I tell you, they're going to love us. A lot of people thought, because President Obama comes from an Islamic background with a Muslim father and a Christian mother, they thought that he will have an in with the Islamic world. Terrorist organization will forgive our arrogance. Al-Qaeda is going to want to negotiate with us. President Obama did an outreach wanting to negotiate with the moderate Taliban. His first order of business was to issue a videotape to Iran. 2 days after President Obama became president, Al-Qaeda issued a press release saying, it doesn't matter who's in the White House, we continue our jihad against the United States of America. And they continued empowering. So what is driving their agenda? What's driving their agenda did not start with George Bush, as you can see. Did not start with Ronald Reagan. Did not start with President Clinton. Did not start with Jimmy Carter. What's driving their agenda started back in 1928. 1928, with the launch of the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. The Muslim Brotherhood were launched in 1928, 5 years after the Islamic Empire ended in Turkey by President Ataturk in 1924. Up until that time, from the 600s until 1924, Islam and the Islamic Empire continued and were covered at one point more of the earth's surface than the Roman Empire did at its peak. That's the little history people do not know about. After Ataturk ended the Islamic Empire in Turkey, gave women right to vote, gave women the right to choose whoever they want to marry, gave women right to an education, gave women the right not to wear the hijab and wear Islamic clothing, the Muslims resented him, those who wanted to bring back the caliphate. They actually called him the Jewish agent because they believed his mother was Jewish. And this is why 5 years later in Egypt, the Muslim Brotherhood was founded. The Muslim Brotherhood is the oldest Islamic terrorist organization in the world, with 70 offshoots, terrorist organizations that represents it, including Al-Qaeda and Hamas and Hizb ut-Tahrir and the many organizations you hear about. Their dream was to bring back the Islamic Caliphate, re-establish the Caliphate, where Islam ruled most of the earth because they believed Islam is supreme over all religion and Muslims should be superior to all other people in the world. And they could not accept the fact that Christendom and the Jewish world defeated Islam and became so powerful, especially after the liberation of Europe, after the greatness of the United States, they wanted to topple it down. Actually, Al-Banna, one of the leaders of the Muslim Brotherhood, came to the United States and studied here and went back to Egypt even more determined to bring down the United States. And he came and studied here in the 40s and 50s when he was visiting the United States. And this is what launched all these radical organizations. So whether we have Obama in the White House or whoever else is going to come after him, Right now, we are seeing a rise all over the world with the radical Islamic agenda, very organized, very supported by Muslims all over the world. Because in Islam, Prophet Muhammad divided the world into two: Dar al-Islam, the house of Islam, and Dar al-Harb, the house of war, the house of non-Muslims. Because it means that the world of Islam will always be at war with non-Muslims. And these were his commandments even before he died. And the Muslims right now, they are feeling empowered after President Obama came to power. They believe that right now they have a 4-year window of opportunity to do whatever they want to do, because this current administration doesn't even acknowledge we are at war. This current administration even deleted the words Islamic Jihad, Islamic terrorism, jihadist, mujahideen, any of that verbiage out of the verbiage and the lexicon at the FBI, at the Pentagon, at the State Department, at the White House, and everywhere else. And if you cannot identify your enemy by name, how are you going to win this war against your enemy? If our enemy calls itself Islamic Jihad, this is their name, Islamic Jihad. And we do not want to call them by their name because we do not want to offend anybody else. And because of these types of actions on the part of the administration, radical Islamists right now feel more empowered than ever. We are seeing right now experts like me who monitor Islamic chat rooms and who listen to what they're saying in Arabic in their own mother tongue. We are seeing that what they used to say 2 years ago in private, in secret, in Arabic, in their own private Islamic chat rooms on the internet, now they are saying in English. Because they are advertising it to the world, knowing no one, especially in America, is paying attention and no one is going to take them on. And this is why we are seeing a rise of homegrown terrorism. Hizb al-Tahrir al-Islami, the Islamic Party of Liberation, held its first conference in Chicago last year. The title of the conference was The Rise of Islam and the Fall of Capitalism. They were so empowered. This organization focuses on recruiting boys between the ages of 9 and 18 years old to jihad. This organization is banned in England because the British intelligence found that this organization has been responsible for radicalizing over 60% of the British youth into jihad. Yet they held their first conference in the United States last year. They promote bringing back the caliphate or the Islamic empire so Islam can rule the world again over everybody else. They talk about the ummah. The ummah means the Islamic body, the Islamic nation against the non-Muslims. The ummah is the Islamic body of Muslims worldwide, no matter what country they live in. And right now, I would like to show you a commercial of how emboldened they are advertising their upcoming conference next month in Chicago again. And I want you to pay attention to what they're talking about. Please roll the tape. And turn down the lights if you can. Turn down the lights.